I'm here. In the coming weeks, we're going to be sharing some videos from our speakers as we start to promote and gear up for the 2023 UK Hypnosis Convention. And prior to that, I'm sharing a video, as I've tended to do in the last couple of events, just talking a little bit about our academic speakers. I'm not actually going to be presenting a lecture or giving a presentation myself at this year's UK Hypnosis Convention. I have spoken at every UK Hypnosis Convention since being the keynote speaker at the inaugural event back in 2016. I simply feel that the areas where my own expertise, research and knowledge have focused are all topics that I've already presented on at the convention, and I'd prefer to wait until I have some more results to share with you, or some additional bona fide expertise to offer you. At the UK Hypnosis Convention, we don't permit repeat presentations, and I feel uncomfortable with the notion of kind of scrabbling around for another topic to try and position myself as an expert in each year, just so I can kind of shoehorn myself into the speaking lineup. I'll be offering a few words after the gala dinner, as always, and usually a few gin-fueled words. And I'll be conducting the interview with Darren Brown on the Sunday afternoon, as well as busying myself introducing speakers and hosting the event as it proceeds. So there'll be plenty of my voice at this year's convention, nonetheless. I've worked really hard in order to curate this year's academic speaker lineup. I feel utterly privileged, really honoured with the academic lineup that we're offering on the Saturday in the main room, as we have done each year since I took over the running of the convention. Firstly, we'll be welcoming Professor Amanda Barnier, who's travelling with us travelling to be with us from Australia. She will present on unravelling the mysteries of hypnotic ability. Amanda is a cognitive psychologist and a professor of cognitive science. Do go and read her bio to understand the depth, the breadth of her career, which is just immense to date. Amanda's research focuses on memory, hypnosis. She's won over $4 million Australian dollars in competitive funding for her research teams and her work. Though her research has diversified somewhat in recent years, Amanda also maintains a strong interest in experimental research with hypnosis. How it works, how it can be used to understand everyday and some clinical distortions of perception, of memory, action and belief. I mention it often, but her 2009 edited book with Michael Nash, the Oxford Handbook of Hypnosis, it's a book I highly recommend to all my students. It was cited as a landmark contribution, a tremendous resource for scholars and clinicians alike. Now, her presentation is going to highlight that we still do not fully understand the nature and source of hypnotic capacity. Why do some people experience the full effects of hypnosis, whereas others do not? So she's going to be drawing on 30 years of work in the field. She's going to describe a componential approach that she speaks about that has helped researchers to better understand another important cognitive ability. And that is the ability to read, as well as helping practitioners to successfully treat reading disorders. She's going to be discussing why this approach to reading might be usefully applied to hypnosis. And she's going to be making a bit of a call to action for modern day scientific informed version of some of the 19th century pioneering work in our field, as she's aiming to solve some mysteries of hypnotic ability. We'll also be welcoming back Professor Zoltan Dienes, who was highly rated and regarded at our 2019 event, was very popular, real favorite. And he's going to be presenting the role of phenomenological control in constructing experience. Professor Dienes, he's a professor of psychology at the University of Sussex, and he teaches philosophy of science at master's level. as well as a series of lectures on hypnosis at undergraduate level in psychology. Now, he's going to be presenting on a number of different things and suggests that people have, to varying degrees, this capacity to alter their subjective experience in such ways that it misrepresents reality, especially in ways that are consistent with goals. This misrepresentation can be sustained over a few minutes, despite some clear contrary evidence. And that is that people have a capacity for phenomenological control. And with this approach, no induction is needed for people to exercise this capacity. And its exercise can result in some corresponding neurophysiological changes. People can use the capacity to fulfill requirements of social situations or personal needs. And one prominent situation is hypnosis. But there are other situations in life that may also call for certain experiences. For example, encountering a spiritual world according to one's beliefs, projecting ki in esoteric martial arts, feeling the pain of other people, or feeling tingles from ASMR YouTube videos. And these experiences can be constructed so they seem to confirm the beliefs of all those involved. And Zoltan's research, it's fascinating, it's illuminating, and I think you'll really enjoy it. We then also welcome Professor Steven Jay Lynn, flying in from the US. He's also our keynote presenter, so he'll deliver a further presentation after our gala dinner on the Saturday evening. He's going to be presenting hypnosis in personal perspective, looking backwards and a glimpse forward. Steven Jay Lynn is one of the most prolific and important researchers and academics in the history of hypnosis. In my own research, in my own books, he is cited more than any other author, for what that's worth. Professor Steven Jay Lynn, he's studied hypnosis for more than 4 decades. He's practiced and supervised clinical hypnosis during that time. And he's a distinguished professor of psychology at Binghamton University. He was the founding editor of the journal Psychology of Consciousness. And he currently serves on 10 editorial boards. He's published more than 400 articles, books, chapters on the topics of hypnosis, consciousness, memory, psychopathology, psychotherapy, and science versus pseudoscience. Professor Lynn, he's received numerous awards, including the Chancellor's Award of the State University of New York for scholarship and creative activities, and he's achieved Lifetime Achievement Awards from a range of other universities, numerous venues. He was also, his work featured in the Academy-nominated film documentary Capturing the Friedmans, if any of you have seen that. He's served as an expert on many forensic cases involving hypnosis and memory on a national and an international level. It's a really great opportunity to come and see one of the academic and research greats of our field. In his presentation, he's going to be tracking and tracing the evolution of his own understanding of hypnosis over the past 45 years as a clinical and forensic psychologist, and via some research conducted in his own laboratory of consciousness, cognition, and psychopathology at both Ohio University and Binghamton University. He's going to be sharing some personal experiences and some reflections that has shaped his views, and he's hoping to convey his own excitement regarding hypnosis, which continues to the present day, and as he continues a number of collaborations. His presentation is going to encompass numerous different topics that include fantasy proneness, the induction of hypnosis, the experience of non-volition during hypnosis, the determinants and modification of hypnotic responsiveness, clinical and forensic applications, and some of his more recent efforts to formulate a theoretical account of hypnosis. There's so much to enjoy and get excited about with this. Also joining us and flying in from the US will be Dr. Elvira Lang, who's going to be presenting rapid hypnotic techniques for frontline healthcare providers. Elvira Lang, MD, is an award-winning interventional radiologist, and she was known for researching the effectiveness and cost savings of rapid hypnotic techniques in medicine and dentistry. And some of her large-scale clinical trials, which now are, include over 135,000 patients, have demonstrated her approach, which she refers to as the comfort talk skills that she's developed, including that includes some guidance in self-hypnosis, can reduce pain, anxiety, drug use, and complications on the operating table. Now, her research and work has been acknowledged. She's been awarded the Ernest Hilgard Award for Scientific Excellence. Through her publications and efforts as past president of the New England Society of Clinical Hypnosis and within the Society of Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis, she's encouraged to offer training to hypnosis, in hypnosis for nurses and licensed healthcare professionals within the scope of their practice. She's co-authored Patient Sedation Without Medication, Managing Your Medical Experience, and over 150 research papers. She's received multiple awards. She's featured extensively in the press and television. Now, her presentation is going to be, making reference to hypnosis gaining traction on the front lines of medicine in the hands of, medical staff. Excuse me, coughing. And a presentation is going to address how this upward trend of pain and anxiety during medical encounters can be avoided through a short intervention at the onset of the interaction, when the patient experience can be improved by certain changes, in particular hypnoidal language. And she's going to be teaching how to build rapid rapport with patients, elicit positive behaviors and cooperation from them. She's going to be introducing a range of informal approaches of procedural hypnosis, which focus on the powers of certain words, certain choices, and how you can avoid adverse effects of negative suggestions, reframe distressing thoughts, fears, worries, and moderate the effect of painful stimuli. The formal approaches that she offers within her work are going to be demonstrated as well. It's a really exciting presentation. Dr. Lang is also going to be staying on and running a half-day post-convention workshop on the Monday, where her years of research into pain relief and hypnosis have led to develop this comfort talk approach. I personally can't wait for that. Her technique, the comfort talk technique, is based on 30 years of extensive clinical trials and practice. It uses non-pharmacological means of reducing anxiety and pain, which conform to UK recommendations for surgical interventional care, such as those from the Royal Colleges of Anaesthetists and Nursing. I kind of rattled through that lot, but I'm really excited at the prospect of all of these presentations. And, when you see our full schedule, you'll see, that there's so much more during our 3 days too, enough to truly pickle your brain and have it dancing for joy with all the hypnosis knowledge on offer, and to get stuck into. There's going to be more from our other speakers soon. And as always, tickets can be purchased from the UKHC website. We'll be announcing the workshops in the next week or two as well, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I wish you all my very best wishes. Goodbye for now.